Hello and welcome to This is the Day Show. I'm your host, RJ Cole.
And I'm Fred Graham.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Our show is now on video. We are on Rumble and on YouTube. Our podcast can be found on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and also on iHeartRadio. If you like our show, we would ask that you subscribe, follow, and also write us a wonderful 5-star review. Thank you to everyone that continues to promote our show. We have a few ways for you to interact with us. You can email our show at thisisthedayshow@gmail.com. We can also be found on X at thisisthedayshow without the W, and on Facebook by searching for This is the Day Show. There's also an option to text our show. Select the episode that you're about to listen to. Look on the top left of the episode and it will say send us a text. Feel free to send us any questions, feedback, or interest that you may have for us. And on to the show.
So RJ, how was your week?
Let's start with your week first.
My week?
Yeah, buddy.
All
Get
right.
you talking some.
My week was all right. It seems busy, long. There's a couple real late nighters.
No Saturdays though, right?
Nope.
go.
We're back on 10-hour days, which that transition, like, it just sounds like it's 10 more hours the week, between 40 and 50, but it's like that there's a lot that goes into it, and trying to rearrange your schedule, and obviously with children and stuff, and the home setting's a little bit different, but it makes a normal day just a lot better. But as far as like, man, I got so much time, and weather started out amazing, but then it just like turned like, it's Iowa, so
Yeah.
that
Mush.
Yeah, they kind of made it, and they're talking more snow supposed to come too, so freezing rain.
Yeah.
So not looking forward to that, but I guess as far as the week's been, it's been pretty good. So I did a lot of watching the kids this week, so my wife could do some things around. So it's good. I enjoyed spending time with them and stuff, but it's a whole new level of crazy sometimes, to where you just feel like you're putting out fires, but it's good times too, because with the nice weather, obviously, we were outside able to play, and but then on the cold days it's like, no, we're inside. And
So it makes it hard because they're all corralled.
well, and I feel like when they have that, like, I was outside playing yesterday, I want to go outside and play again. It's like, yeah, it's like really cold outside. But other than that, I mean, work's getting better. We're actually potentially we're caught up to where we need to be. Sorry. And now we're running into where we're going to be waiting on people again. So it's a fun process.
Yeah.
So
Let's hurry up and wait.
yeah. Well, and they're trying to blame everybody else but the one company that's slowing everybody down. So, but yeah, how was your week?
It went pretty well all week long. I was trying to think. I think I did some things Saturday, but it kind of got derailed last night. PSA to all you dog owners out there: leash your dogs unless you have an amazing dog that you can control just by your voice. My dog decided to, so we took him out potty out front, and I usually don't leash him because he listens pretty well, I feel like, and he does his business, comes right back inside. I stand on my porch just to make sure nothing crazy happens. Well, last night was that night. There was a guy walking his 2 dogs across the street, and I tried to get Cooper's attention before he noticed, but he noticed. So then what did my dog do? He ran across the street, decided to attack this gentleman's pit bull and cane corso, which is not a good idea. And I go running over there, and in the scuffle, the cane corso ends up getting Cooper like behind the neck and head, right? So he just got him, and he's doing one of these numbers, and Cooper's just a fish. Like, there's nothing that Cooper can do. So like, this is not looking good. So I'm trying to think of and maneuver getting my dog out of his dog's mouth, and he had the two dogs, and somehow his pit bull got off his leash, and then he couldn't even handle the cane corso on his leash, so he told me to grab it. So I did, and pretty much as soon as I got a hold of him, the cane corso let go. And then Cooper ran inside the house straight away. And then he ran over to my driveway, got his pit, and yeah. But Cooper bit me in the process, so I got a pretty gnarly bite, didn't go to work today. And for you out there that don't know, I donate plasma. I think I've made that aware. But yep. Nice side hustle. So now I don't get to do that for a bit. But so that kind of sucked. We were at the ER for 5 hours. Got into a room after 3 hours. Took them 2 hours plus just to get me my stitch and cleaned out and out on my way. So I'm sure my $20,000 bill will be coming in the mail soon, and for that wonderful work. So yeah, but after that, it's been a crappy week. So sorry, this is not a great start to our episode today. But
well,
I'm being Eeyore today.
You're good. Your dog's good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Cooper, he's all good. He got a nice piercing in his ear, but he's good. Like I'm impressed with that cane corso. This is a twisted way, but like I'm impressed.
Okay, so I knew a lot about these dogs, and it's shout out Mike, because my brother-in-law like obsessed over them for the longest time. And yeah, so then what's funny is when you were telling me about that, Sarah was like, so what's this dog look like? Like, because your dog's pretty big. So she was impressed that he picked up your dog and like ragdoll
manhandle.
And I was like, they're huge. And I like showed her the picture, and she's like, wow. And I was like, yeah, that dog, like,
I nickname them personally like hellhounds. Like they're just mean.
Yeah.
But they're really protective. So yeah, and like I was just surprised my dog was fine after that, the way he was just manhandling him. And then it made me kind of think maybe this was just kind of like the warning to him. It wasn't even, because he didn't break skin on his neck or anything. Yeah. So I'm sure he wasn't letting full force. So that just,
yeah. Well, job. And
but
yeah. Did you ask your dog what he learned today?
No, he's just moping around a little bit.
Did we learn today?
We both learned. I learned a lesson. He learned a lesson, hopefully. So, but yeah, no, and I'm good. Get my stitch out in like 2 weeks. So I don't know if you know this. If you guys get animal bites or dog bites, they like to let them heal open as much as possible to let all of the nasty stuff drain out. So if you got stuff from the animal or whatever. So, yeah, that was news to me.
Yeah.
I
know they want to know the records and stuff. Yeah, that's all I know.
Oh, and when we got into our room, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna rant against you people at the hospital, but as soon as we got into the room, right, 5 different doctors were asking what was happening, and then one even wanted to start a police report possibly, and I'm like,
if it wasn't your dog,
I was like, ma'am, it was on my property, my own dog. Like, yeah. She's like, I don't know, I'm still gonna have to look and check and see. I'm like,
see, I've been on the other end, so
like, no.
Yeah.
You want me to file something against myself? That's retarded.
Sue the homeowner.
Retarded.
It was me.
But yeah, no. So
no,
that's all the fun.
It's as annoying as that is. It's good to hear that due diligence was done. As far as if that, like, let's say that dog bit you instead of, you know, then it's a totally different story, you know, and then, you know, turns into, I guess the process is going to be, if the dog has no history, then the dog gets placed on house arrest and quarantined. And then after that, the dog will get pounded and then kind of marked as a bad dog and then maybe get put down.
Yeah.
So if that other dog had a record and bit you, then they would have to get all that reported, documented, and then insurances get involved, and
yeah,
that's a headache, and it didn't even happen. So that's that's why they do it. But man, this has been what was that? Probably August, and August, October, and then now you. So 3 people, stitches.
Yep.
Did you get just one, right?
Just one, yeah.
So.
Yep, it was pretty open. So he just tried to close up
the biggest
parts.
part.
Yeah, so
so they
but yeah,
I'll just slap gauze over the top, or are they letting it air?
I only gauze it whenever I'm like it just blows my mind how big of a hole this is, and they just almost just let it was like, yeah, just let it heal open to the air. And I'm like, man, I have to come here just for that advice. So literally I went there for,
I could have super glued this myself.
That's what I thought with my wife. My wife's like, well, we had to come here, like we just had to know. And I'm like, well, I got a stitch, so sure, we'll say the bill was worth the stitch. But I forgot what you asked me beforehand.
If it's just open the whole
Oh,
time.
yeah. So pretty much just they want you to leave it open, but obviously when I'm going to be driving in the semi, cover it, non-stickable, gauze.
You don't have any of that cream?
Vaseline. They told me just throw Vaseline over the top.
Wow.
That's all they said. So it was very nonchalant, like not super worried. And I'm like, man.
Get back in there, 12 more rounds.
And all this, I was like worried like more about my dog. I'm like, I wonder like, because it happened. And then if you guys ever drop something on your foot and you have that tingly feeling that you don't know if it's, ow, my foot is hurt, or there's blood running out. I had that out of my arm. I'm like, I don't want to pull my shirt off. And so as soon as I got in, pulled the shirt off. And then, so I'm like, Nancy, we got to go. Like, so Cooper had to get thrown downstairs. My mother had to come here, watch the kids. And I told Nancy, I was like, it's going to take forever. Just stay at home. Don't have my mother-in-law come here. But she's like, no, I want to go. All right. So, but enough about me.
On to the show, man.
Yeah, enough about me. You ready to jump in the main topic?
Not talking about dogs today, no.
No, not at all. All right. Main topic. So our main topic, we wanted to dive back into our founding documents. We kind of took a little bit of a break. We were talking about men finding ladies, and then us being the men being worthy pretty much of being found. So we went over the Declaration of Independence. That would have been 3 and 4 weeks ago. And we want to continue to go over our founding, especially our documents. So as I have previously stated, we feel the need to go back to the basics. Just with everything going the way that it is, it seems like we have lost our way. And we want to build you up a foundation so you can stand. The show, we want you to stand. We want you to be able to stand. So what's a better way than finding out how we started in order to stand?
Yeah, because we took a stand for, our start. So
as always with these, I try to throw in some facts in here, break it up a little bit, and then we'll dive right in. You good?
Yeah.
All right. Number 1, Bill of Rights was created on September 25th, 1789. Yep. Number 2, the Bill of Rights was ratified or approved on December 15th, 1791.
That one actually surprised me. I thought it was sooner.
Yeah, it took 2 years to do that.
Yeah.
They're even slow back then.
Must have been an election year.
Well, everything was on paper, so they probably actually had to drive back and forth. And
getting there was a lot slower.
Ride back and forth.
Yeah.
The U.S. Bill of Rights contains the first 10 amendments to the country's constitution. And for the first 150 years, the U.S. Bill of Rights didn't make a significant impact on judicial decisions. They probably didn't have to rein them in like the crazy judges we have now. Yep. Okay. So let's dive in. The First Amendment. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging, which means to make a book, play, or piece of writing shorter by removing details and information, so taking away pretty much. The freedom of speech or of the press, or of the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress, which that means to put in order again, to set right, to amend, to revise, of grievances. So we did see a big example of this up in Minnesota a month or two ago, when allegedly Don Lemon and some protesters went inside that church. Yes. So that's a good example of breaking that amendment. You're not supposed to do that.
Well, and everybody has this mindset of I'm covered in the First Amendment, right? And it's like your rights they don't what's the word I want? Supersede mine.
Yeah.
Like I still have my rights.
I have mine as long as it doesn't break into yours.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that needs to be. I feel like a lot of this, like we're going back to the basics, but it's like I feel like a lot of this isn't taught anymore on a large scale, and I feel like it. If it is, maybe a lot of people have the mindset of like, oh, I have to do this for the class. Like I'm not taking it serious. I'm just gonna do what I have to do to pass.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's something that needs to be taught, and obviously the founding fathers, I believe, had this. You just think about they were gentlemen. They had a mutual respect for each other, even if you disagreed, and we can do this on paper and get things in legal document and everything, but we're not going to spell everything out to the T because, well, that's just common sense. Like I wouldn't come into your place of worship and protest there. Like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But
and this also, it covers our freedom of speech, the press, which the press are supposed to be a good buffer or barrier for the people. Like
a third party, not...
Like an HR. That is for the people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the First Amendment. Second Amendment, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Now, I got a question. What are your thoughts on when they want to do, like, any law? Like lately I've been on the hype of, like, they took away our machine guns, right? We can't have a Tommy gun. We can't have some big, massive...
I mean, you can.
But you know what I mean? Like, do you think that should be something that they should have been able to been like, nah, you shouldn't be able to readily have that?
Can you have one?
I think
They're
you have to go through...
very hard to get.
Very restrictive.
Because I know, like, it's easier to get any type of like firearm, but once you try to go for like a silencer, like you get put on a list, and like you have to get like hardcore background checks and jump through a lot of hoops to get the suppressor. But like, is that the same case with like machine guns and stuff?
I'm sure with that, yeah, it's harder because you have to go through more like permits and stuff like that.
I've never really...
I haven't looked into it myself, but I just know it's not readily available like everything else.
Like, this might sound, I'll call it extreme. I don't have a purpose for any of that. You know what I mean? Like, like, I know that the Second Amendment is ironically, it's the one of the 10 that is the most attacked, I'll say. It's very much the most controversial. To me, it's interesting because it's the one that attacks more of your like physical, right? Because life and death, guns don't kill. It's the person pulling the trigger. If you ever take a gun safety course, that is one of the things they say is guns in themselves will never kill you. It's when they are acted upon by something else, right?
Right.
So there's my two cents.
The spoon doesn't make you fat, you make yourself fat.
Exactly. Yeah. But dang, man, 2 shows in a row, body shaming, man. But
I'm off 2 weeks now, so.
Man, I'm losing my thought. It's coming back. Oh, but First Amendment right gives us the freedom of religion, right? And like, you think that would be the one more attacked because it's like eternal, like that's what can kill the soul. You know what I mean? And I just find that very interesting, because you get, dare say false religions that they're just making people, like they're spiritually killing them, and there's nothing, no attack on that. But I mean, and I'm not saying that it's not. I think gun safety should be taught. I mean, if you have a Second Amendment right, you should have the knowledge, right, to know how to handle.
It's like everything else.
Because even if I try to think of this just from a parental aspect of, like, even if my kids never own a firearm, I want them to know about them and how to safely handle them, because they might come across one. Okay, then what do you do? What's the course of action? I mean, one of the rules of hunter safety or firearm proper gun safety is assume every gun is loaded. Yeah. Never point a gun at something, unless you're intending to fire upon it.
Yeah.
They're not toys. I tell my kids all the time, that's a tool, not a toy. And, for that same purpose, that's what a firearm is. It's a tool, a means to, if you're hunting, provide for your family. If it's home security, you're protecting. It's simple terms. It keeps the bad guys away. Right. But I find it interesting, and I think obviously Constitution, Bill of Rights, I believe everyone should, we all have the right to bear arms. I think at that same time you should be educated, and you should also, part of proper responsible firearm ownership is also knowing whenever, okay, I need these out of my house, or I need these away from me. Just because it's not safe. Like that, don't let your pride stop safety as far as your physical health, your mental health, and your families. Keep them stored, locked, and protect your loved ones, your family. You hear those ads about stop, what is that? Friendly fire, family fire. That's what it is. So just, if you have a firearm, teach your children what they are and how to properly be safe with them.
Yep. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'd say respect it, not be scared of it. A lot of, media shows, they'll show you, like, in a TV show to be, like, icky or scared of it, or you like guns or stuff like that, and then, like, they won't even want to touch it, right? But I think a lot of that comes from, like, a fearful attitude, more as, like, you need to be respectful of it, know what it does, like you're saying. You should be able to train with it, know how to use it, how to properly maintain it, know your laws about it, having your civic duty, and just
Yeah, because
being responsible.
Pleading ignorance. I mean, you have that's that is with the gravity of that and the situations that it can cause. I guess the severity it can cause. Like you should not be ignorant. Like New Mexico does not recognize an Iowa concealed license. Like right. I'm not gonna. Well, I'm a constitutional American. I'm not gonna take mine to New Mexico without a New Mexico. Now, there's ways around that as far as like I can get an Arizona concealed license, or Utah used to be the one to have.
And then you'd be covered by multiple states.
Like Minnesota used to actually recognize Iowas. It used to recognize Utahs. And then what's crazy, and I don't know if this, I mean, I haven't done a deep dive, but just hear me out. Like, when Minnesota recognized other states' concealed license, it was not as crazy as it is. But now they only recognize pretty much their own. And I don't know. I don't know if that's some lines to connect there or not, but that's an interesting.
I'd have to look and see kind of too whenever it got implemented too, if it was just under the Walz being governor or if it was somebody previously.
It's been, I think it was previous. I don't know who it was.
That's such a wacky state up there, man. For what you would think it would be and what it actually is.
Yeah, you wouldn't think, yeah.
Yeah.
It's too cold for all that.
Yeah. All right, let's jump to number 3. No soldier shall, in time of peace, be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law, which we saw with the Declaration of Independence. Right. That was in there. That was one of their complaints that they had.
Well, even the Second Amendment, the King of England was trying to take all the guns and everything. And
there's a reason why they always come after your guns, because if they take your guns away, there's nothing left to defend yourself with, and they can just take over and do whatever they like.
Like, it's interesting if you read the Constitution, which we did on the show already, the complaints, because the First Amendment, like, I mean, they were very much trying to force the Church of England on America. Well, the colonies, I guess. And put, basically put their clergymen, and I don't know if that's what they get called, but basically their clergymen in the positions here to where almost like they would preach, like, we need to listen to the king and do what he says, even if it's heresy or anything. Like, and it was just, they were basically propaganda preachers. So it's pretty crazy. But yeah, it's interesting when you compare the two documents, and it's like, yeah, these are our complaints, but then like our founding fathers weren't just like sitting around complaining and decided to write a letter and frame it and keep it forever. They then started a country and said, this is how we're going to run it. These are going to be things that we allow all people, unlike what our previous king did for us. So
yeah, because it took them years to even leave, and then when they left, it even took them a while longer. It wasn't until the king declared them, right? I believe declared them I would say traitors of the crown, that's when all this stuff started happening, that they really just broke off.
He recognized, like, basically they're no longer British colonies.
Yeah.
And yeah, could have happened a lot sooner than what it did.
Yeah.
But
number 4, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures, shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue, but upon probable cause supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized.
Not getting in without proper papers. So yeah, I think it's number 3, Third Amendment, is like for the military, but then the 4th gets more specific, like police,
local
and
law enforcement.
Yeah, that's law enforcement. That's the word I wanted. So,
isn't it funny that nowadays, what is probable cause? Because I feel like it can be anything.
I mean,
I see a wrapper on your floor. What were you using that for? No, I'm just kidding. But
I don't think it's
not that extreme. I don't think, but
yeah. I don't know. It's funny to hear this law enforcement argument, because sometimes I think if the judicial branch was doing their job, their service more correctly, I feel like that's a really corrupt area of our government. But I feel like if they were doing their job correctly, then local police officers and local law enforcement, that's the word I want, they would not try to find that loophole. Yeah, there's a candy wrap through there. Because especially now, it's 2026, they all carry laptops and printers in their vehicles, so they can just print you out, a warrant. But I think some of that there is frustration because police, it seems like we're just going to go with the lines of a law-abiding, servant, good Samaritan police officer that wants to do the right thing, wants to help serve and protect.
Yeah.
But he sees the corruptness, so then he's trying to serve and protect the people. And that I can only imagine how frustrating that would be, where you see somebody who did heinous stuff to people and they just get slapped with like 2-3 years. And it's like 2-3 years, you're going to get out and you're going to go right back to what you were doing. Like it becomes a vicious cycle. And I don't know. So then I wonder if they kind of take that out a little bit on the average person. Like, dude, I'm trying to abide and comply with what you're having me do. But yeah, obviously, yeah, people just planting stuff. I mean, there's corruptness on both sides, and it's like, you hear about, that got planted. I can only imagine if you can walk into somebody's house without a warrant and just plant whatever you want in there, like how chaotic that would be. So, especially with the whole, like, let's defund the police, not to hit these hot topics, but defunding the police, yeah, they're not every police officer is bad.
Right.
And
there's bad apples in every profession.
Exactly.
Me and somebody had to talk about police, and we were talking about them and stuff, and he gave me and I think a lot of this stuff is stuff like maybe we just don't think about. He gave me a story about somebody in his family was being profiled, and like he told me, he's like, have you been profiled? And I'm like, honestly, I don't know. Like, and then I was told, like really, do you really think you've ever been profiled? And I'm like, honestly, I don't know. But
are you profiling me right now in this conversation?
But he's telling me the story, and I'm just like, let's just think here. Like, you're mad situation, what happened? Like, because you think that they're profiling these people specifically, right? We don't know what call was made and what information was given. It could have been pretty close or pretty vague to what these people had on. Like, so we just don't know. So then, therefore, they don't know. And then there's like another situation where he's telling me of a cop rolling up on somebody's vehicle, but all the windows are tinted. So then, like, what do you think the cop's instinct is going to be? He's going to want to make sure that the whole car is safe and secure before anything else goes on. Like, if that was me, that's what I'd want to do. I don't want to get blown out the side of a car, you know? So I think a lot of the times we don't think about that other side to things, kind of like what you were pointing out.
Right. And if you think about, you can, I'm trying to think of what year that was, the big defund the police.
It would have been George Floyd stuff.
Yeah,
probably.
George Floyd, the whole
20,
Portland.
Probably 20, 19.
So, like that, my experience with any of the police officers I would encounter, like not criminal or whatever, they all seem kind of edgy. Like they were on edge, and it's like that's a high stakes, high pressure job as it is. So yeah, you roll up to a car that has tinted out windows, let's just say in the south side of Chicago, you're already on edge. Mm-hmm. And then the state of our nation elevates that even more. Yeah, but
and you're just a bad guy because you're wearing on the uniform, so you're already negative 50 points on the day. So
yep,
already got a target.
Because I mean, as far as profiling, like everyone, like I've been pulled over because of the make and model of my vehicle. Like no joke, the guy pulled me over. He was really trying to like, oh yeah, like no big deal, you know. And I'm like, he's like, yeah, there's a big storm coming. I was like, no, like that's not why you pulled me over. He's like, yeah, we're looking for a vehicle that's very much like this one. And I'm like, well, it's a rental, dude. So, I mean, hopefully it's not this one. He's like, no, you're good. Yeah. I'm like, every time I've rented a vehicle, I'm always like, what if somebody did something in this car? Right. Like, it's not mine and it's not me. But
yeah.
I think I probably did not match the description of the guy because he kind of walked up a little hesitant. And then I think that was the first time I got pulled over and he came to the passenger side. So, but is that new? Like, not new, but like, is that what they just...
I think it depends on where
now?
You are.
Because I've had
the highway, both. I've seen guys go. I've had a guy go to my passenger door on the highway and stuff.
Because I know it's because that one. Time. There's been a couple of incidents where a police officer has been hit, like on the side of the highway, or the interstate. The interstate, they definitely every time now is where. I mean, been a while since I've been pulled over, so hopefully.
Tonight on your way home.
Hopefully not. Yeah. But yeah, that would be not great. But yeah, I've had it where like they've come to like because I do try to get over a good amount because I mean even just being broke down on the side of the road, you're just like nobody gets over, even though that's the law.
Yeah.
So
yep.
But all that to say, the Fourth Amendment right without it would be this place would be wild.
Yeah.
So,
Fifth Amendment, no person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on a presentment or indictment of a grand jury, except in cases arising in the land or naval forces or in the militia, when in actual service in time of war or public danger, nor shall any person be subject for the same offense to be twice put in jeopardy of life or limb, nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be witness against himself, nor be deprived of life.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5th, 55th. Fifth Amendment right, dude. Here's a fun fact about the Fifth Amendment right.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even finish that.
Oh.
Excuse me.
Oh, yep.
Nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due justice of law. Nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation.
The taking of one's property seems to be a common thing. Anyway, what I was gonna say is, did you know with the Fifth Amendment right, if you get tried as a civilian, let's say you're in a case, civilian trial, you're found not guilty, but you're part of the military.
They can try me in the military.
Then you get tried like by the JAG guys or whoever they are. You know, you can't handle the truth. Doesn't count as double jeopardy. It's crazy.
That is kind of crazy because I feel like you should have to do one or the other, and I think it should be the military first.
Oh yeah, military first for sure.
Yeah,
but I mean,
I did not know that.
Yeah, dude. That's why. I mean, they're a rare exception, and I don't think most people. I feel like most military guys, they're all right.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is also like the taking a public or your private property shall not be taken public use. Little eminent domain there.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Carbon capture pipeline, Iowa.
Pipelines.
And that was it for our Bill of Rights. We're going to cover 6 through 10 next week.
Yeah.
If you're ready for it, let's jump in the wild card.
Let's get that wild card.
Let's do it.
And welcome to this week's segment of the wild card.
One is from a listener, and it says, World Cup soccer is in America soon, it's this year, for those that aren't sure. Which team has the best chances of winning, in your opinion? And the listener wants us to know that they believe USA.
Yes.
I don't know if they believe that, but that's who they're definitely rooting for.
It looks like, yeah. You're not going to like my answer, and I'm sorry, but I don't care.
If you had to pick, let's just say
USA, because I'm USA, I wouldn't root for another country.
Dang, man, now you make me
especially on my soil. Yeah, I wouldn't root for another country. That's like the World Baseball Classic or the Olympics.
Okay, World Baseball Classic. Let's kind of pause there.
Don't ask me about that because I have to follow it.
No, it's definitely the U.S. all the way. Although I think it was last time Japan beat us. Anyway, so for soccer,
yes,
my international team is Spain, and I would like them to win. And here's the funny thing: like they have actually like one of the highest shots, which they have a really good team. So, but with that, I get asked this like in my own life, my personal home life, even my kids and my wife have asked me like, if USA were to play Spain, which that's not happening anytime soon. Like, U.S. soccer is getting better. It really is. But it's... I mean, just look at how long it took Canada, like us, to get as good as Canada in hockey. All right? It took a long time. The whole miracle on ice and all that stuff. But if that came down to it, currently I would still pull for Spain because...
Man, that's ruthless.
My international. Now, if we went to war with Spain, I'm definitely pulling for
Check
America.
his birth certificate, not American made here.
Definitely American made. So I mean, the talent level, it's kind of like you back in the 90s. If you were to pull, if someone were to be like, hey man, who's your favorite baseball team? And you're like, oh, New York Yankees.
Of course.
And then they'd be like, yeah, but check out the Toronto Blue Jays.
Like, yeah, they're in Canada.
Actually, that doesn't...
Who cares?
I mean, it's just like... they're Canadian and they're not a good team, you know? And it's like, yeah. Like,
back then, yeah, they really weren't.
Which, I mean, I guess I should have taken Boston because they're rivals, but Spain and America aren't rivals, and Toronto...
Nobody's a rival with America. No.
So, not yet. But we are, like...
But I keep hearing that from my childhood. Not yet.
We are...
They've never been good at
U.S. soccer is definitely on the rise. I root for them.
Why aren't we're good at everything? Why can't we be good at soccer? All these kids that play soccer, my own daughter was signed up in soccer.
Yeah, but what would you rather play, baseball or soccer?
Baseball. It's America's pastime.
What would you rather play, football or soccer?
Football.
Right. And that's why, because soccer, and even basketball, you know, soccer can't
I would
compete.
probably go with soccer.
I personally would play soccer before I play basketball. But soccer, it's now becoming more popular. I mean, I would say it definitely is.
I feel like LeBron could play some good soccer. He flops a lot.
Man. See, that's part of the problem with soccer. It really, let's be honest. But soccer is definitely on the rise. It's the uptick. But over in Europe, what else are you going to play? Rugby? Like, if you don't play rugby, you play soccer. And honestly, if you don't play either one of those, or maybe you play soccer and then you'll play basketball. Like, not a lot to do over there, man.
Yeah, it's America. I don't care what they do over there.
And they're trash in football, and they can't even
tell you what football is. Call it football.
So what's the second?
So the second question is a second question. What event are you looking forward to in the future, hosted on our soil as America?
Yeah, because I needed something to talk about, so I put this in here.
I tried with the World Classic, Baseball Classic, man.
No, I've only seen. I don't have time. I can't follow sports like everybody else. I don't have time.
Dude, we like mercy ruled.
But didn't they lose to Italy?
Did we lose?
And then I thought I saw a press conference where I don't know if this was the same game or after the fact, but the coach was like, "Yeah, I didn't even read the rules. Like the way that they were playing was just nonchalant, more or less, because the coach."
Just thought
whether that's true or not,
thought we had it in the bag, man.
But
what event are you looking forward to?
So there's two events. I don't know if they're at the same. I don't think they're at the same place. I think they're two separate. But I don't know if I'll buy them. Oh, what do they call them for the MMA fights?
The pay-per-view.
Yeah, I don't think I'll buy them for that. I'll just watch highlights the next day. But Gina Carano and Ronda Rousey, they're supposed to be fighting here soon. That's pretty cool because
who are you rooting for?
Gina Carano.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a Rousey fan.
No, and then also a lot of people think it's tacky, the whole 250th and doing stuff on the lawn of the White House and stuff, and I'm all for it.
Yeah,
I'm all for it.
Celebrate,
yes, celebrate good times. Come on, but yeah, I'm looking forward to like that event. I know they're doing a lot of stuff this year for the celebration,
right? Because I mean, it only 250 once, you know.
Yeah. And I believe there's an MMA fight that's going to be happening on the lawn, so I think that's pretty cool.
So, yeah.
Give people some shots, give some people some chances. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I didn't put any of that.
You're not looking forward to anything other than soccer, right?
Yeah,
because you're not American.
Well, I did soccer, and then I know it's a couple years we're gonna host the Olympics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I think they're talking about this Olympics supposed to have baseball in it too. So the 28? So
don't get me started because it's the whole World Baseball Classic thing where everybody just sprouts back to their native land, and it's just like you come here and you use our opportunities just to go back home and represent them. Even Dusty Baker isn't even representing America as the manager. He went back to I can't remember.
But yeah, maybe that'll go away if people lose their dual citizenship. So mine is definitely like the fact that there's some games in Kansas City, some matches, to use proper soccer terms. It's really tempting, but man, they're so expensive. So expensive. And I got a brother-in-law who lives in that area where I'm just like, be really like everything's just kind of set up.
Just tell him to get a part-time job.
He's actually talked about Airbnb out in his home. I was like, get some good insurance, but
yeah,
I don't know. It's gonna be. I mean, there's people. I guess Airbnb is like really booked up over there, and there's just. I mean, it's gonna do a lot for the Kansas City area. Like, probably gonna have some negative effects too, but by and large, yeah. Like, I guess they're bringing in like. I can't even remember how many people they were planning, but it's a crazy amount of people. And you think about it, they just had Big 12 at the basketball conference.
Yeah,
tournaments are going on, so it's basketball. But
I know.
Yeah,
it's basketball.
So I mean, Kansas City gets a lot of stuff. I know.
Let's talk about croquet too.
I mean, hey, croquet is a game I just can't understand. Like, I've tried.
Or polo.
I'm gonna tell you why I tried to learn cricket, and this is.
I said croquet.
Dude, I get croquet.
I was like, you don't know croquet?
No, it's cricket that I don't get. Croquets, yeah. I feel like I should have a sweater tied around my neck whenever I play croquet and wear white pants with a white polo. Mm-hmm. Ship our tea.
You rascal.
Oh.
You ready to get out of here?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get out of here. This is the Day Show. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to stay in.
Thank you.